Pressure Washing here. Today is one of the most important videos that I've been asked to make for so long. We're going to be talking about sodium hydroxide beads. We're going to be talking about PPE, how to increase your overall profits, how to be safe, how to just take it to the next level. Now this is sodium hydroxide. It's very caustic. We're going to go over how to use it properly, what the price you should pay for it, how much you should use. We're going to start off with telling you a little bit about it. This is found in most of your degreasers that you buy on the shelf. You can get really expensive buying degreasers. I'm not knocking any of them. There are some amazing degreasers out there, but this is one of the main ingredients in almost all of them, okay? So this is sodium hydroxide. I pay under $100 for a bag, a 50-pound bag. Now, this 50-pound bag can basically fit in one of these jugs. There's two jugs, two bags, and about 24 ounces to 48 ounces in a 5-gallon bucket will do a small parking lot. Now, if you want to have a really bad stain, you can do 2 cups. But the fact of the matter is, it's going to go a long ways, 100 times more than a regular bottle degreaser. So you can't go wrong with this. And why am I telling all this? Because I want to help you out. I want to help as many people as I can. Like I said, I'm not knocking any degreasers out there, but this right here does the job. If you want to get up like non-organic stuff like grease, oil, fuel, diesel, this is what I use to do my gas stations with. You know, this is what I use to do my dumpster pads. I actually mix mine with a little bit of Dawn, about a half a cup. So then again, you're saving costs. Your overall costs are down, your profits can go up. So let's jump into this. Proper PPE. Now I've got a face shield here you can get. Let me show you. You can get a face shield. Another type of face shield, which you can put on your head and it goes up to keep it from splashing on you. Mask, you want to use these? I have a multi-purpose dust mask as well. This actually prevents against painting, and so this is kind of like really high end. So this is what I got. I'm going to start using this. This is really good. I also have this, which I use. You put this on with some eye goggles or whatever you would like to use. Make sure you have clean filters. Protect yourself. Of course, use gloves. Usually a little heavier dutier than this, but since I have these, I'm going to put these under another set of gloves. I have thicker gloves that I use. These are just some that I could use, show in the video. You can use these, put these on, but I wouldn't suggest working in these. Mixing chemicals is fine, but I double bag. I put this and then a glove on top of it, which I'll show you right now. So I'm going to put on these latex gloves. I'll make sure I don't poke any holes in them. These on nice and firm. I take and I put a second pair on. We're going to open one of these. Open the mask. You could even go farther and wear long sleeves. It wouldn't hurt to wear long sleeves to protect all of your skin. We open up these. It's a 10-pack here. Fairly affordable. I'm going to also open the shield. Okay, now we have our mask on, our gloves on. You can have long sleeves if you like. I'm going to put this on. So I'm going to put this to protect all of my face, like this. So nothing splatters anywhere on me. You can actually wear a neck if you like. Bucket. Make sure it's dry, nothing's inside of it. Next, we're going to open this bag slowly and pour it into here. You can use a knife or a pair of scissors. We're going to use a knife. We're going to take this right here. I'm going to slowly cut away from myself. All right, we're ready to pour it in the bucket now. Slowly take it up from the bottom and the top. Rest it on your knee. And pour it in here like this. Go nice and slow. Nice and slow. It should fit exactly up to the top of the bucket. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. We're almost at the bottom of the bag. As you can see, that's every bit of it. Carefully set the bag to the side, upright. Shake it, level it off, and immediately cover it up, get all the air out, and label it. Immediately you want to label it. Make sure it's nice and secured, and label it. I can't stress that enough. Label everything you work with. Make sure you have under 100 gallons of total chemicals on your trailer. That even counts as those chemicals, bleach, everything per DOT. I believe that is, do your own research, but I believe that's what's in law. All right, guys, I want to go over what's in these bags now that we've actually put it in the container. This is caustic soda beads, known as sodium hydroxide. I'll lift it up so you can read it. We'll flip it around. There you go. You guys can screenshot this if you want to see any information. Meats, food, chemical, codex, expectations, specifications. There you go. They're all dated. They come dated with lot numbers. All right. So we're going to place this to the side. All right, we went over proper PPE. We went over the weight. This is 50 pounds. The pricing is about $100 per bag. We're going to set this to the side. We went over, basically, I showed you what's in it. Now we're going to talk about how much to use. This is about how much I use right here. I won't actually mix it because I'm not going to use it, but I'll show you so you have an idea. This is another chemical bucket that I use. So I use about like this. See this? I use a cup about that size. I'm going to get a new cup, but so this cup right here is, I believe, 20 ounces. All right. So I use 20 ounces. And if it's really dirty, I'll double it up and I'll use 40 ounces. Now that we went over the price, which is $100 or less a bag, we went over how much to use, 20 to 40 ounces per 5 gallons, in my opinion. Now we're gonna go over how I mix. Like I said, all this is how I mix, how I pay, what I use. It's not set in stone. Do your own diligence and research. Make sure you're being safe. Make sure you're paying the right price. Make sure you're doing it properly. That responsibility is on you. I'm just showing you what I do. I am in no way an advisor or take responsibility for steering anybody the wrong way. This is just me saying what works for myself, because I want to help you guys cut down on your cost, and I want to cut down on basically everything and increase your profits. The methods of spraying, people have different ideas. I do mine through an XJet, and I've seen a lot of people doing that since I've done it, and it's working good for them. I used to do it, pouring it on the spots, and I realized I was going through a lot of chemical, and I said, well, there's got to be a way to cut these costs down. So I can put it through an XJet. It's in there like that. The other end is at my gun. So I got about 10 feet to go. And you can tweak it, you can make extra hose, whatever you need to do. I have a long reach. I could be as far as I need to, so I'm safe, and I'm spraying, and that's not slushing anywhere. You know, we'll put it one spot, hit a 10-foot radius, one more spot. So with 3 spots, you can cover 30 or more feet. So that's the way I like to use it. When I'm done with that, I always rinse the bucket out first thing, drop this in the bucket, rinse everything off, and then I drop my end in the bucket and I rinse this through like you would a soft wash pump, but I run it through to clean it. Always dilute your tools. You know, just run it through. So I'll spray water, and then when it's done, I'll hang it up on my trailer or hang it up anywhere so it drains properly. Then I'll roll it back up and I put it in my truck. You know, this ain't gonna get everything up. There's no chemical in the world that I know of that gets every bit of the oil up. There'll always be a little bit of faint tint of it on the ground. And that, my friends, is because concrete has holes in it. If you cut this concrete up, hold it up in the air, you can see through it. It has holes. So when stuff gets in it, say this is the top of the concrete, oil gets in it, goes down. it expands, kind of like ketchup on a t-shirt. I always refer to that. You'll get the ketchup out, but there'll always be like a pinkish, light red stain. A lot of times you're working in high commercial areas where people, they don't take the time to clean it up, or they don't care. And you know, people are busy or just lazy, whatever the case is. It doesn't get attention right away with a kitty litter, oil absorber, or whatever you want to use to get that oil up. So it sucks it up. So it goes down instead of up. It goes down, expands, and it's in there forever. And then, you know, people want us to do miracles. People call us and say, hey, can you get this up? You got to set your expectations at the beginning. You got to say, look, we're not miracle workers, but we'll do our best. You want to do your best. You want to do your absolute best. But you want to let them know that there's a chance that there's still going to be a little bit of stain, a little bit of tint when you're done. Always set those expectations. You'll thank me later for that. Always set your expectations so the customer knows there's no misconception right there, no misunderstanding. All right, with that being said, I'm going to go back to safety. I can't stress enough. Right when you're mixing, when you're done, take your gloves off. Change your gloves. Boom, 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 boom. These are things that work for me, and I'm sure they'll work for you. You can figure out what works for you the best, you know, but that's what works for me. And like I said, anything the stuff touches, I rinse. So after I put the chemical on the ground, I let it set for a minute, like maybe 5 to 10 minutes of setting up everything else, and it's actually working. You can tell it cutting grease at that point. I come back with my surface cleaner and I surface clean it, and then I come back and I rinse. And at that point, it looks amazing. It looks better. So you see my videos on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, where this just destroys grease. I just slay it, especially all the gas stations I do. I deal with oil, I deal with high traffic, I deal with all kinds of stuff, and this always does the trick. It gets it done. Last but not least, once you're done disposing of your gloves, bags, all the stuff, make sure it gets in the trash properly and everything's labeled, everything's securely, and make sure everybody knows what's in what container. And just be super safe with this. You can actually, I've seen people, I don't do this, I've seen them mix this in like a 35-gallon tank. They'll mix it for the day so their employees aren't having to handle it. They'll pre-mix it themselves instead, so their employees don't have to do it on the job. If you're a one-man band and you want to take it, keep it in your truck, kind of like what I do, and I just do it that way. You know, it's whatever works. There's different strokes for different folks, whatever works for you, but just safety, safety, safety. And I always keep a used and a new one of these are only like 20 bucks. I keep a new one because I don't want to cross-contaminate. If say you have an issue, you need to draw something back out. You don't have to spill it. You can draw it back out with this. Hand pump, 20 bucks. Recommend everybody having this. I always keep a fire extinguisher, gloves, all kinds of safety, everything above and beyond, extra socks, extra clothes, extra long sleeves, earplugs, eyewear, mask, everything. You name it, we have it on our trucks for safety. But with this, actually, if there's an issue with even your gas, then you can pump your gas back out of the tank if you get some bad gas. I've ran into all kinds of situations. That's why I keep a couple so it never cross-contaminate. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching. Like I said, I've had a lot of questions about this, and I want to basically bring it to, you know, YouTube so you guys can see it firsthand, what works for me. Once again, do your own research. You know, take responsibility for your own self. See what works for you, practice it, and actually improve it. Like I said, improve, improve, improve. Like I always say, you know, find your niche and just dominate it. Dominate it. I'm gas stations. Everybody knows that. In commercial work, so I just focus on it and dominate it. I've been doing it 10 years, so I've gotten good at it. So now I'm going to pass my wisdom along to others. I don't want to hold it. I don't want to be the gatekeeper. I don't want to have no, you know, pay me for the secret sauce. I want to give it to you because it was given to me. I actually went out and sought it, so I want to pass it along to others to help them any which way I can, you know. So I hope you guys have liked this video. Please give me a thumbs up. It goes a long way. And if you aren't subscribed, make sure you're subscribed right over here, I think. And the thumb may be way over here, but nonetheless, give me a tap, and I appreciate it, guys. Check me out on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere social media is. Until next time, guys, I'll see ya. Let's go.